Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome back for another Real Talk with Ume Malu. As you can notice, my microphone is not put really well. I'm not the greatest at this. I haven't figured it out yet. Give me time, okay? I'm so glad you're back because we're doing a part 2 of things that you need to start doing for yourself. Apparently, you guys enjoyed the last one. I really enjoyed it, and I have so much more to share with you. So let's get straight into it. Also, I'm wearing my Real Talk Club t-shirt. Oh, you can't see the back, but you can see it if you click on my link on my bio, and you guys can look at the store and see if you want to purchase one too. Your support means the world. Let's get into it now. You need to start accepting that the perfect time will never come. And I know we all do this. Listen, we all do this. I do this sometimes still. I know that I did this before starting making videos. I thought I needed to know more. I thought I needed the perfect full material pack to start filming. I thought I needed to read more books, to be older, to do this, to do that, blah, 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 blah. And I never wanted to start until one day I was like, enough is enough. I'm gonna just post something and we'll see how it goes. And I know this thing of wanting perfection comes from deep down a fear. You know, we think that if things are not good enough, then it reduces from our worth. We think that what will people think about us if we post something that's not super great? We think, what if I post something and it doesn't do as great as I thought? And you basically correlate things not being perfect and not achieving great success from the start to failure. You think that if you don't succeed right away, you think if things are not perfect, then you will fail. And if you fail, it's humiliating for you. You just have to realize deep down, it's fear that's stopping you. It's just more excuses for you to not take that first step and not start. And you have to realize, and I feel like you all know this because it's very logical, but deep down you don't really, like subconsciously, you keep trying to hide it from yourself. It's that in order for you to become perfect, excellent, great at something, you have to start. You have to. Like, you can't just expect to be perfect sitting down and just learning. Listen, it's great to learn. It's great to have knowledge. It's great to have information, but you don't actually learn until you apply the things that you know. It's until you start practicing and start putting the efforts and start doing the work that you actually see progress in yourself and see how you can become better. You'll start getting better through practice. You'll start making a lot of mistakes and seeing them face to face and learning from them so you can improve. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for when you won't have as many problems so you can focus on this thing. There are always going to be problems, okay? Stop waiting for you to have all the material for you to do something. You can start with the material you have. You don't have a camera, you have your phone. You don't have lighting, use the flash of another phone that you can borrow or your old one. That is what I'm doing. The flash, the light that you're seeing is from another phone. That's what you got to do. I don't have a camera. I'm still a student living on a budget, so I'm using my phone. My phone that I got from paying monthly, like, you know, you pay it monthly with your operator, you know? So you gotta find solutions around things and stop lying to yourself. And accept that things will never be perfect. You have to start in order for them to become perfect. You got me? Start working towards your goals every single day. You may have a goal, and you're gonna have to start incorporating it in your daily life, whatever that goal is. I understand maybe not every single day. You will have 1 to 2 days that are off or you don't feel like it. Let's give you that, you know, or like throughout the week, you might have a day or two where you won't work through your goals, okay? We're human, you got problems, your mind plays tricks on you, you start doubting yourself, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's fine. But if you do the work 5 times a week, that's amazing. You will see a lot of progress through that. So give yourself a standard that you have to follow. You have a goal in mind, write it down. Write down a list of the things that you should start doing in order to reach that goal, however big or small or far or close it is, and start doing. Stop dreaming, stop waiting, start doing now. And I don't expect you to change your life around in a matter of a few days so you can reach this goal. I understand if you've never went for this thing that you're going for right now. I understand it's going to be hard. It might be a shock to your body if you decide to change all things around, and you might give up in 2 weeks. We don't want that. Start small. Give yourself one small change that you'll do throughout your day, And then when you start getting comfortable with that change, add another one to it. Start being more open about how you feel. Sometimes we expect people to read our mind. How dare you not know I'm not feeling good? And I'm so guilty. Let me give you an example. Recently, a friend did something that I didn't really appreciate. It's not a deal breaker. It's not like we were going to stop being friends. But, it felt sucky. I was like, damn, that kind of hurt. And my stupid ass thought, well, I'm just going to be cold with her. And I expect her to understand. She did understand. She called me and explained, because that's who she is. But I think that there's a lot of people who are not as aware of your emotions, or they're not aware as much of their actions, or they might not be aware of how much something they did might affect you, and so they might not have the same perspective as you. My bad. So communicate. If you felt like something was off, I know it's really hard to be vulnerable. It is. It feels too open, comfortable. I hate it. But it is a key to building quality relationships with your friends. And it can actually get you closer to your friends when you're open about how you feel, how they might have made you feel, and just expressing your emotions. And not make sure that when you express your emotions, you're not like attacking the other person. You just say, this is what happened and this is how I feel. And let them talk to you through it. Maybe they'll explain themselves. Maybe they'll say, wow, oh my God, I didn't know. I'm so sorry. Maybe you'll make them realize that they should have done something different. Be open to that. I understand not everybody is super receptive to that, but obviously if you have good quality people in your life, then they should be at least open-minded to hear about how you feel. Vulnerability is not weakness. To me, it's strength. As much as I am scared of it sometimes, I'm very open about my problems, like things that I went through online. But weirdly, I hate showing pain or struggle to the people who are close to me, unless it's my family. Even my family, sometimes I hide it from them, because I just think it's better if I handle it myself. I'm not sure it's the greatest thing. I think there needs to be a good balance, but here we are. We're learning, doing our best here. You need to start focusing on the possibility of positive outcomes. You need to start having that perspective that things might turn out well. I know we have this habit, this automatic default habit of thinking of the worst case scenario. Oh my God, what if this happens? What if this doesn't go well? What if they reject me? What if I do terribly this? What if this happens? Listen, those are all defense mechanisms. I'm not sure if I say that right, but survival mechanisms as well. As humans, we tend to think of the worst possible scenario so we can prepare for it. In reality, you don't really prepare. You can think of the worst possible scenario. I think it's only fair if you think of it, but you should also think of the positive scenario and not focus on either. Just be like, listen, there's a possibility that this doesn't go well. There's a possibility of this going well. And you need to be confident in your ability to handle the things not going so well. That's the thing about confidence that people get wrong. They think that if I'm confident, I believe I will do things perfectly. I think I'm going to succeed in everything that I do. No, confident people just believe and are confident in their abilities to handle things not going as expected. They think, well, if I fail this, I'll be fine. I'll learn from my mistake and I'll do better next time. They have a growth mindset. They think I might go through something really hard, but I believe in my capabilities of staying optimistic, of having positive self-talk, of being supportive towards myself, of giving myself space and time to heal. I know that I'm someone who pushes themselves to do things that bring them joy. So I will handle hardships. As much as it will be hard, I will cry, I will be hurt, I'll go through pain, but I am confident in my ability to handle those things. If I don't do as well in something that I expected, it's okay. I will learn from it and I will improve. So as I understand, you thinking the worst possible scenario, great, do it. I'm not someone who's going to tell you only think of the positive, only think, oh, what if it does work out? And for you to just think of flowers and stars and sparkles. I think you should think of the flowers and sparkles and envision you going through something really well, handling things really well. But I think it's fine if you also think of the negative outcome. Just think about them both. Try to focus more on the positive, because you focusing on the positive will give you more chances to handle things more positively, better. But just keep that balance of both, because most people, they only think of the worst case scenario. The thought of a positive outcome, nope, never crosses their mind. And what does that do? That just creates more fear, and you just stay stuck. You stay stuck and you start creating anxiety for yourself. You need to start focusing on the things that you can control. We waste so much energy in thinking and ruminating and worrying about things that are out of our control. And it's not serving us and it's not doing us any good. I need you to focus on things that you can control and start doing something about it. You can't control everything, but there are always some aspects that you can't control, that you can control. So even if there are aspects in your life that you keep worrying about and creating unnecessary pain about because you have no control over them, you have to accept them instead of ruminating over them because they're out of your control. Accept them, but also realize that there will always be things that are out of your control, but the one thing that you have control over is yourself. How we react to things, the things that we think about, our mindset towards it, our perception, that's the only thing we can control. So if you start working on yourself, improving yourself in the way that you think, that is what is life-changing, because there will always be things in your life that are out of your control. As little as think about the weather, traffic, shitty situations that you had no control over. Those kind of things will always be there. But you will have control over yourself and how you decide to respond to those things. And your response, choosing a good response, is key. And it will change your life. You'll have so much more enthusiasm. You'll have so much more gratitude. And you're going to start focusing on the right thing. The thing that will actually make you move forward. Last but not least, start taking accountability for everything in your life. As I said, there are things that are out of your control. But if you take control of your responses and who you are, then that is taking accountability. Stop trying to blame people. Stop trying to say, oh, it's him, it's her, it's this, it's because of this situation. No. If you don't do shit right, take accountability for it. It's only when you take accountability for it that you will be able to reflect on the next step to take so you can do better. If you don't want to take accountability for it, you will never improve, because you're putting the control, you're putting the power of your life, of how things are going in your life, in someone else's hands or in something else's hands. And that completely removes the control from your life. It literally takes you from being a passenger to the driver. Or maybe it was the opposite. But you get the point. You want to be the driver in your life. You want to be the one that's taking things from A to Z. And that includes taking accountability for the bad things as well. If you want to improve in your life, if you want to better your life experience in general and improve who you are as a person, it is only by taking accountability for everything in your life. What's great about it, you take the accountability for the shitty things, but you also take full accountability for the good things as well. You know it was all you that made that positive thing happen. And it doesn't make you a bad person. I feel like a lot of people don't want to admit or take accountability to the things that they do or don't do. Because if they admit to them, actually I get it. Because if they admit to them, they have to face themselves and they can't hide anymore. They can't stop avoiding and they'll have to stop making excuses. You know, I get it. It's not an easy thing to do. But I'd much rather take accountability and feel shitty for a little moment, but then move forward, than feel shitty for the rest of my life, because I don't want to have the courage. I don't want to build the courage to face myself and face the reality of things. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really, really appreciate every single one of you. I'm glad that you asked for a part 2. There could be a part 3. I mean, the list is endless on the things that you should start doing, or I can make a list of the things that you should stop doing. To be honest, they go hand in hand. I mean, every time I tell you something you should start doing, there's always something you should stop doing. So that's that. As always, let me know in the comments below if you have any other topics you want me to talk about. And of course, I love when you guys share with me things from your perspective. If there's anything you think I missed, or you think I should know, or you think other people in the comments or the watchers should know, share with us. What is something you think we should all start doing or stop doing? Again, I've got to But the Real Talk Club merch is there. And if you guys decide to get one, I appreciate you so much. I'll see you guys next time. I can't wait.